Hello, everybody. It's good to have you with us again. I'm excited for my guest today. I have Bob Holly with Silicon Slopes Marketing. Thanks so much for joining me today, Bob.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm loving this.
Yeah,
I love what you're doing with all of your Facebook lives and what you're sharing with everyone. It's really cool.
awesome. Well, thank you for being one of those contributors to this, to the value that we're hopefully providing to others. So this month, we are going to be talking about how to set your business up for success and different things that we can do as small business owners or as business owners, and the tips that we can glean from others that have done this or, have wisdom in this area. So Bob is the perfect person for this. He has shared so much of his experience with me and ideas and tips on how to um, get just different marketing ideas. So I wanted to interview Bob today just so he can share some of that with others. So Bob, what are some things that we can do as small business owners, like whether you're just starting out or you've been in the game for a while?
Great, thank you, Britta. A couple of comments. I want to kind of start off with. I'm going to share a kind of a metaphor of three-legged stool. But my comments today, I'm really thinking about most small businesses. There are always exceptions. So I'm referring to those businesses who serve the general public and need new customers on a regular basis. Let's start off with a definition of marketing. Marketing is not sales. Marketing is simply the process of getting people interested in your company's product or service. Marketing prepares the customer for a more satisfying sales process. So they're tightly interrelated, but they're not the same thing. I like to use, as I mentioned, a three-legged stool as a metaphor for today's marketing program. So I'm going to touch on all three. The first leg is your digital assets, the information that prospective customers see when they go online to search you. This should be your first marketing dollar or hour of your time if you're a do-it-yourselfer. These assets are often still there months or even years after you've made the investment. Numerous studies show that consumers go online today to research a business before making a purchase, even if it's a referral. A lot of times it's just to research your reviews of what people are saying about you.
I love that. The fact that you can, like, I do it all the time, right? I go to Amazon, I go on to websites. I want to know what other people think and how their experience has been. So I think that's a great idea. Make sure that your reviews are in place.
Yes. A key point on all of this is make sure that whatever you've got out there, some of it you control, some of it you don't have control, make sure that you control the messaging and that you're visible. It's very critical. A question I get a lot of times is, what do I say? I refer to that as content or messaging. You should be aligned to your ideal customer groups. Marketing is all about that conversation that's going on in the mind of your prospective customer. So you should ask yourself, what are they thinking? What questions do they have? And I'll come back to this. You might start with a website. If you do, start simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Visibility is important, so you need to feed the Google search algorithms. Your Google business profile, used to be called Google Plus or Google My Business, is an important piece of that. There are numerous on-page search engine optimization tips, so make sure that your website has all these little things that makes it easier for the Google index or search engine algorithm to find you. And use a video. That's a major trend right now, is using video marketing, and put a video on page one. Google likes that. Reviews and testimonials on page one lead to a better customer experience, and that is a major search topic today, as we just mentioned. And the last thing about the website is it's got to be mobile friendly. Today, most online searches are from a mobile device, so make sure that your technology is adapting the formatting and the layout for the mobile devices.
That's
And you may
awesome.
start with social media instead. And that's a whole deep conversation about why one versus the other. But a Facebook presence here is almost like it used to be, like a website used to be, almost a given. But your social media platform, the one you spend the most time on, may not be Facebook, but you should have a presence on those platforms where your ideal customer is likely to expect you to be. You want to align to the platform's culture. That means the content type, the frequency, all of that. But again, your messaging is important. That's your branding. You want to be consistent across all of your digital assets and be congruent.
Okay, so it's not necessarily like Facebook is the best place or, Instagram is the best place. You need to actually kind of research where your clients are going to be watching and then posting on there is the best place for you.
Absolutely. If your target market are 20 somethings, Facebook may not be where you want to spend most of your time. If your target market is baby boomers, yeah, Facebook is a pretty hot spot to be. That's where you're going to find a lot of them. So
Awesome.
that's very important. Understand that ideal customer. One thing that's often overlooked are review directories. You should research these and claim the ones that are important in your market and have a strategy in place to control what's being seen. I mean, you can't control the reviews that are left. You can solicit reviews, but you want to make sure that you know where those reviews are and then have a plan to deal with those.
So I'm going to show how, not very smart at marketing I am. What is a review directory?
Reviews on Facebook, reviews on Yelp, Better Business Bureau. Depending upon your market niche, there are probably places where people go to leave reviews. Those directories.
Oh,
There
okay.
are 50 plus across the scope, and usually there's 3 to 6, give or take, that are most important for your specific market niche. People are expecting to go there and find reviews. They tend to be aggregator sites also, where they pull in reviews from other sources. So that gets a little kind of a second level down.
Okay, that
But
makes
it's
sense. So
important.
like if you're looking for a restaurant, a lot of times you'll look on Yelp or something like that. And that's so the directory is just where all those are housed at.
Exactly.
Okay,
You
cool.
got it.
Awesome.
So the second leg of the stool metaphor that I use is retargeting, right? And this is retargeting is becoming a foundational service, and retargeting is simply following up with people that have visited your website. Stats show that 96 to 98% of your website visitors don't do anything while they're there. They're still researching. They're in their buyer's journey. This may take days or weeks or longer to play out, depending upon whether it's a complex purchase that they're about to make or a simple purchase or an emergency purchase. Those tend to be much quicker. So you want to be top of mind with air quotes there, when they are ready to buy. This is your warm market. They know who you are. You need to follow up. You need to be repeating, giving them multiple views. Classic marketing is a kind of a term I use. It basically means pre-internet days. We referred to a rule of 7. A prospective customer needs to see your brand or message 7 times before they begin to consciously recognize you and make that relationship. But with all the digital distraction these days, I think it's more like a rule of 21. You need to be in front of them multiple times.
That makes sense.
The third leg of the stool is what I call the cold market. These are customers who do not know anything about you yet. They're out there, they're just waiting to learn about you. So you need to make sure your digital assets are ready to go. And message alignment to this ideal customer is important here, probably more so than in the warm market. There's 2 main categories of traffic. Traffic being getting visitors to your website or your digital assets. Paid traffic options like ads, Facebook or Google ads and browser ads are like a water hose. You can turn these on, you can turn them off. Search engine or organic methods are more like rain. It comes and goes, but you typically can't control it. So there's different ways to do that and different thought processes to kind of go through to make sure that you get that aligned correctly. Now, with those 3 legs, the 3-legged stool, I've mentioned messaging a few times. I have four key attributes to keep in mind when creating your messaging. Number 1, alignment to your ideal customer is critical. So you've got to define who that ideal customer is. Make sure you're focused on that. You want to address their pain points that your product or service will alleviate. You want to describe the benefits they will receive from your product or service. And you want to fit the culture of the platform or medium being used where your ideal customer hangs out, virtually or physically. So these rules it's not just digital marketing. These rules are broad. They go across all of your marketing, whether you're doing a print ad, direct mail, a billboard on the side of the highway, or using TikTok. It doesn't really matter. It's the same concepts, it's basic principles.
I love that. Such great advice. So many of those things I know we've talked about before, and it's quite a lot, right, to start thinking about and trying to implement. Is there one of those that you think like is number one on that you covered today? Like start there and kind of build up from there, or
I,
where would you
I
start?
really think that your online presence is critical. Everything else in today's world, everybody goes online to search for you. So your online presence, and that includes your reviews. That is, you need to control that, and you need to start right there. That's every time I have a new client that starts with an assessment, that's the first thing I do. Where are you today? What are people seeing about you? What are people saying about you? That's extremely critical. It is well worth the time or the money to really focus in on that first before you start trying to attract new clients, because they're going to come, new customers, they're going to come and they're going to look for you. So you need to control what they see. Make sure it fits your marketing message.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing all that. Did you have anything else that you wanted to share
Yeah,
before we close?
think of marketing as an investment in your business. Set a marketing budget as a percentage of your revenues and stick to it. The Small Business Administration often has studies of how much certain businesses are spending, or you can just ask Google. It's not a one-time investment. All aspects of your marketing program should be evaluated on a regular basis. Marketing today is very dynamic. And I'll wrap up here. For your viewers, I'll offer anyone who contacts you or me within 7 days of seeing this a free half-hour consult with me where they can ask any marketing related questions they want. No cost, no obligation. I'll just hopefully turn on a little light bulb and help them understand a little bit more. And for you, Britta, because I know customer service is important to you, I'll add something a little extra. I'll add a free assessment of their online presence to include their website and social media presence and what the visibility is. So just to kind of help out anybody that's seeing this. Again, no cost, no obligation. It's just for them being a part of your business and watching your Facebook content.
That's so generous of you. I was just going to ask if it was okay if people reached out, and you just went above and beyond as usual. So he's like, I've known Bob for almost a year now, and every time I talk to him, he's just overflowing with information and just is so willing to share. So Bob, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today and to share so much with us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, talk to you later.